Are we live? Are we live? How's everybody doing? I think we are live. All right, so we are doing another live stream. Again, I'm going to try and get these done before training camp starts, doing 2 of them a week. And we're going to be going through the film of Shane Bowen's defense, right? Shane Bowen is the new Giants defensive coordinator. He's been the Titans DC for the last 4 years. And let us know if we're live, by the way. So we're going to go through it, right? We're going to be charting things, right? Here are the categories of what we're charting. The safeties, will they be in single high, 2 high coverage, or 0, right? When you get in those coverage 0 looks, right? That doesn't happen often, but it does. The box, right? For the run defense, is it stacked? Is it light? A pass rush, are we rushing 4-man? Are we rushing 5+ guy blitzes? Or are we doing replacement blitzes where we drop a defensive lineman and send a DB? So it's technically a blitz, but you only send 4. Coverages, cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, cover 0, fire zone, cover 2-man, all that stuff, and then safety rotation, and then other notes that we're looking for. For example, like notes we found from game 1. Oh my God, my microphone was all the way away from me, so you guys probably didn't hear that all very good. Here's like they would, wide alignment with the pass rushers, 3 guys to one side. The safeties rotate versus motion. They leave the middle of the field open when they blitz. The run defense is built off of tackles for losses and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys got to hear the beginning of that because my microphone was literally away from me. But I think I was talking loud enough to where you guys could hear me. So let me know if you could have heard me. And I'm going to retweet this. And then I'm going to put this in full screen just to, let the kids have some fun. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first play. Again, this is not the most exciting thing in the world, right? We're charting. This is, how we go through film. All right, film is not always most, but there's going to be some exciting things in here. So first play, what do we got? So we got our safeties kind of in single high, but this is, to me, this is a 2 high look. So the box, right? So the box, we don't bring anyone out here to cover this immediately. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish blockers. And how many guys do we have in the box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a stacked box. Do we consider it 2 high? Right? Is this a 2 high look, or is this a single high look? I'm going to call this. I mean, this is 2 high. Even if it's pre-snap, it might technically not be. I mean, we're in a 2 high shell right here. Let me fix my mouses, by the way. Make that shit big and red. Good job there, Rat. All right, so we have this safety starting low pre-snap. They run some type of play action. We drop back. We are in a Tampa 2 coverage, right? The easy giveaway is that you see the middle linebacker bailing towards the middle of the field. This corner is not carrying anything vertical. It's a soft cover 2, right? Because we're leaving this underneath, and that's where Justin Herbert ends up going. But this is a cover 2, right? If this was quarters coverage, he would just be going. Number 21 would just be going and covering this. So this is cover 2. What do we have for the rush? We have just your standard 4-man rush. Oh, we're also we're charting if they stunts or not, right? So let me put that down. They did no stunt on this play. I mean, this is some soft coverage to start the game. I understand. Like they're running the smash concept, right? High, low. Right? So you have to play the high, but what that does is that leaves the low, and Justin Herbert makes the right read. But he misses the throw. Wow, that's not a great start for Justin Herbert to start the season. Pass rush, kind of wide out here. No one's able to get there with 4. I guess the back just drops it. So the film, I said this in the last one, you get both end zone views. So the second one, we're just literally going to scrub through super fast. All right, so basic cover 2. Now we got 2nd down and 10. 2 high look. Ooh, we're rotating. We rotate the single high, right? So we got some rotation where we rotate it up. The first play, we rotate down. So we are in single high. We are in a stack box, right? So some late rotations. They're running play action out of that. Gosh, I don't love this offense. Play action curls. Are we in cover 3 or man coverage, right? Sometimes it can look the same. This is cover 3. You can tell by the way the linebackers are dropping back. All right, but you look down here where Herbert is looking. I mean, that's a good throw by Herbert, right? Not the best route in the world. I mean, as a DB, you just got to sink your hips and drive through this. Now, it's not a big gain, but I am charting that as cover 3. I believe it's a 4-man rush. Roger McCreary is number 41. Again, yes, a 4-man rush. We're not stunting. Right, so they get that ball out to Quentin Johnson. Oh, I need to get this where it's only showing the screen. Okay, there we go. That's what Bobby wants. Again, scrubbing through the back angle of this. All right, 3rd down and 4. What do we got? Okay, so we've seen early in the game. Last game, we saw the cover 0 look one time, right? And what is that? It's where you line up everyone on the line, and then you just man up across the board, right? 1, 2, 3, 3 with this tight end, 4, and then 5, right? And you get it versus empty. So we line up in that. So that's a 0 high. That's a 0 safety look, even though there's safeties on the field. That's obviously going to be a stack box. I know it's versus empty, but it's 3rd and 4. They could run some type of draw. So the only time he did this versus the Saints, he sent the pressure, right? Which with these cover 0 looks, a lot of times you're not actually running cover 0. It's just a look, and you drop guys back, but you make them account for it or throw the ball quick. So the first time he's done it, the one time we've seen it this season, he sent them all. Is he going to send them all here? Herbert trying to, get some hard count, trying to see who's coming. So we see this guy's coming, right? Nope, he drops back. So we drop back. We make it look like we're sending, you have 5 blockers. We're sending 6. Said we're dropping back in the coverage. We're dropping back into a 3 deep coverage. Actually, this is not even a 3 deep. This is inverted cover 2. I'll talk about what this coverage is. This is inverted cover 2. So your normal cover 2, you would have a safety here, and then you'd have the corner play the flat right here, corner play the flat right here, curl hook, and then the middle linebacker would play either the middle of the field or the deep middle if they carry it vertical. So we've seen inverted cover 2 is a coverage that he ran a good amount in the week 1, and now we've already ran it now, right? So what it does is instead of the 2 deep safeties, the outside corners bail. They are now the deep players. This middle of the field safety, he is now replacing the linebacker, and then these guys all just bump out one spot, right? He's playing the flats, curl hook. So we get a 4-man rush on this. This is an inverted cover 2. We get a sack off of it, right? 3rd and 4. Like, where's Herbert's hots? I think Herbert's eyes may go the wrong way on this. I guess he's got a better matchup as far as numbers down here because you have the tight end, but he's running a curl out here. That's covered. The seam's covered. If you looked out here, you can maybe get this stick. You get a sack out of it, right? Let's see how we got that sack on that 4-man rush. Did the guy just win? So they do a full slide against this, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they would leave the 6 blocked by the tight end. Right? So they do keep the tight end, but they do a full 5-man slide. And Autry just kills this right tackle. And that's a nice move. And Herbert is not getting the look he wants, not able to escape. We get ourselves a sack. So 0, I hope I don't take too many notes, is a sack. All right, so that's some good stuff, right? Maybe that's a play we can break down. All right, next series, 1st down or penalty, I don't know. But the ball is here, 1st down. We are on a 2 high look with these safeties. Get out of here. Message. So we're in this too high look. Do we have a stack box or a light box? It is a light box. So our first light box of the day. And they hand it off versus it. I mean, this is a favorable run look. So how do we fill from a light box, right? They run power. So, hey, corner. Again, when you play in these light boxes, your DBs become integral parts of the run defense, right? You got to get down. So your linebacker fills in. Your linebacker has to trust that your DB does a good job and make that tackle. That's a nice run stop right there from a light box, right? Very favorable. Front, they ran some gap versus it to gain another gap. And you get yourself a nice run stop. That's good stuff, right? DBs are going to have to be so important in the run defense, whether it's taking on blocks or not missing tackles. Next play, 2nd and 10, too high look. Is everybody covered for? Okay, so this is a light box, even though we have this player creeping. So this is that nickel blitz, right? This is a more what the fuck the hell just happened? All right. So this is that nickel blitz, right? We're seeing this again. You have the safety lined up dead over him. So the safety, for the most part, has been aligned over him, right? Even if it's not totally even, he's lined up here. He is covering that. So we're seeing that he likes to send this nickel blitz again. Now, this one is against the run. Or no, sorry, this is against the pass. So we rotate this safety down. So we're in. Are we in man coverage? No, this is a cover 3. Right, obviously they're manning up on the outside, but this is cover 3. So the coverage is cover 3. But what you'll see is, hey, are we blitzing this nickel corner? Yes, right? That's a blitz. But guess what we're also doing? We're dropping back this defensive end so we get the effects of a blitz while only sending 4. Now Herbert takes advantage of that, right? That's part of the issue when you drop your defensive ends in coverage. A linebacker probably covers this a lot better. I know it's Keenan Allen out of the backfield, so the linebacker's probably screwed anyways. But that's just not a matchup you want to get. So again, when we're marking this down as blitz, this is a replacement blitz. This isn't a true blitz in the name itself, right? And when we send this blitz, we're going to send Jeffrey Simmons into the A gap. We're going to send our end into the B gap, and then we're going to have him come off the edge. The back does a good job picking up that block. Easy. I mean, that's an easy play for Herbert. Go away from the blitz. You have Keenan Allen coming out of the backfield. I'm sure there's some pre-planned stuff there. So those replacement blitzes are they've been popular in the NFL for a long time. They're something Patrick Graham really liked. You get now that one's with the nickel corner, it's kind of basic. So you can get a little more where you're dropping the defensive tackle, sending a linebacker. Like there's different ways to do them and being more complex. But so are we marking that down as we're marking that down as a replacement blitz. So we've had how many pass plays now? 4. We had a 4-man rush on 3. If we have 4, technically we have a 4-man rush on 4, but you have that replacement blitz on the 4th. All right, next play. Single high safety. We are stacked in the box. Looks like they're going to run against it, run some zone. How do we play this in the run? Right? Is it just a basic run fit? Are we having guys jumping gaps? Okay, so fill. Again, this is part of the issue of having DBs. You want to play the pass, and you give up. Like this DB should be kind of filling in harder on this, but he has to play the tight end. Maybe ask your linebacker to slow play this a little more. Right? The defensive tackle, Jeff Simmons, does a good job on this anyways, right? So even if you slow play this, so give up what I guess we'll see the yardage on this one, but 4 or 5 yard run, right? Not the 5-yard run, not the worst thing in the world, but not a good play. All right, first down. What are we in? We got two safeties high, not deep, but 2 safeties high. All right, it's not a true rotation, but this is single high safety, right? We've got him matched up with this tight end right here. The motion just bounces out. This is a single high stack box look. What do we get on this? Get a little free release RPO. It is a 4-man rush. Again, it looks like, I don't know if this was particular, to this game plan, but we're leaving the left short area kind of soft, right? And Herbert has taken advantage. I mean, he's thrown there, 3-4 times? So okay, we got some good questions in the chat. The Munge Bimp says, love the work, Bobby. What was Bowen's blitz rate? I don't have the blitz rate. It's usually like 22 to 24%. I have their blitz ranking because we used it for the mailbag podcast tomorrow. Let me pull up my notes on that. Let's see. Let me pull together my notes on that. Sorry. Thank you for the donation too. Where is it, Johnny? I guess it was the second question. So his blitz rate ranking has been 24th, 26th, 28th, and 24th. Authentic asked a good question. This is a question I had a while ago. Authentic question. When they only send 4 but send the nickel at the QB using the creeper blitz, does it get registered as a blitz in the books? I wonder if that's why Bowen's blitz numbers are so low. So Pro Football Reference, where I get my blitz rate numbers from, is they do count that as a blitz. Now, that week 1 game we went through, I don't think they dropped anybody in that. But Pro Football Reference, I looked it up because Patrick Graham would do that so often, and they do count that as a blitz. So yes. All right, let's get into the next play. Good stuff. I'm really enjoying these videos. I know I'm doing like a little radio voice, but that's how I get when I do solo shit. All right, 2nd and 3. So we're in a too high look. So since they motion this. All right, so this is a good question too. Do you count this as a stacked or a light box? Because at the snap, look at all these guys in the box. It'll be light, but he's moving outside the formation, and these guys aren't chasing it, right? So and if you look at it before the motion, right? Yeah, he's kind of split out, but I'm going to count that as, even though it's too high. Look, I'm still counting that as a stack box. And look, Herbert's going to just take this, right? They left this. Now, good on the DB, right? Seeing this. Okay. They feel like they get a few free yards in this. And this is a run play, by the way. This is like a Herbert and Mike Williams thing. Maybe the O-line is alerted to it. But this is a called run play. And you can see even like they messed the snap up a little bit, right? Because you can tell Herbert's like, I got to just get this ball out here. But I don't think this is play action by the way that these offensive line are playing it. You have the tight end come and cut the backside. So good job on the DB on a 2nd and short trying to get that stop. And I mean, he stopped them short, right? So we put ourselves in a 3rd short. So good job, 23. Or maybe Herbert, I guess Herbert does alert everybody, right? So, but good tackle by 23 is, I don't know. I gotta write down put the roster in front of me when I start doing these. It is Avery. Okay. All right. So now we got 3rd and 3. All right. So we got a too high look light box on 3rd and 3. I honestly don't love that because it makes the run so much easier. And they might get this. So we go too high light. So yeah, this is, I don't like this, right? I know you can't always just like, okay, we're stacking the box on 3rd and short. But if you do stack the box, you allow everyone to play faster, right? You would allow 50 to just fly into this gap and 2 to fly into this gap. Now, it's a great job by Jeffrey Simmons making a play. And again, a good tackle attempt by Roger McCreary getting off his block. So, like, again, the nickel corner is so huge is when it comes to the run defense, right? Like, Taron Johnson, the Bills' nickel corner, changed the way I look at run defense. Where it's like, dude, if you could get someone like that, I know he's not the perfect corner, but he's just like an extra linebacker out there for you. All right, 4th down and 2. We're going for it on 4th. Single high. So stacked. So they're motioning. Looks like we're staying in some type of zone coverage. We're stunting. All right, 4-man rush sending a stunt. Let's get the coverage first, though. Looks like we're in man. All right, so yeah, we're just in cover 1 man coverage. This is a good release by Mike Williams, right? It's like that diamond release where it's the 1, 2, 3, and then you push with that right hand. That's a good release. And Avery gets kind of bitched on that, and they convert 4th down. But that's cover 1 man coverage. The rush up front is 4. It is sending a stunt, first stunt to the. Oh my gosh! And we got yak too. I didn't even see that. Was charting stuff. Didn't see that. Pretty normal alignment on this. Yeah, we didn't just get bitch on the release. We'd missed the tackle too. That's that'll make a fan base hate you give up a 4th down like that. Legitimately. That's hard to come back from. All right, what do we got here? Down the red zone. Too high in the red zone. Most teams do that. Even Wink Martindale, who lived at a single high in the red zone, would get the 2. Just less space to operate. They've got this play action. And this looks like cover 2. Yeah, this is cover 2 versus this boot, right? You have the middle linebacker playing deep. You have the corner playing the flat. So this is cover 2 versus boot. Are we this is a light box, by the way. Where are we going? We're throwing this ball away. Okay. Let's see it from the other angle. We'll get it better. So we're rushing 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't even know if I'm going to count this as a rush because this isn't a called blitz. This is Shazier going after the ball. Murphy Bunting does a good job playing this. Honestly, Herbert probably should have waited a little bit and tried to hit Josh Palmer on this. I mean, he's got the matchup versus a linebacker. Said you force it to Keenan Allen. Good job by Sean Murphy Bunting, who got a bigger contract than I thought. How about that? All right, 2nd down and goal at the 7. Yeah. So this is technically too high. I sometimes I hate charting too high and single high in the reds and in the goal line because it's like, is it really? But we will. This time we're handing it off. All right, so hey, DB ends up getting. So let's rewind. Is this? We sending this on a blitz? How does he play this? Oh no, he chases. So they have the end around. The end around fucks him because it brings they're in man coverage. Or they weren't in man coverage, were they? No, because you bumped him in, so you didn't have any follow. I mean, he's reading the run. He's getting down into this gap. It's again, DB is huge. Nickel corner. That's a note I'm right now. Nickel cornerback, huge part of Rundy, parentheses, McCreary. Like, that's a tackle for a loss. Simmons does a good job versus this double. Landry levers versus this pull. Does a fucking great job. Which forces the back out. That with Roger McCreary filling. And then Shazier is there. I mean, that's a great job. Now I'm excited to see what we do on third down. That's just great team run defense, right? Like, just this part one. McCreary stopping any time of cutback, right? Great job, buddy. But here, Harold Landry. We have this tight end. He's not the best blocker in the world. Levering, which means essentially taking the outside shoulder. Spilling would taking the outside shoulder. And slam this shit down. That's good team run defense. All right, third down and goal at the 9. Again, too high. Light. We are in that we're in that cover 2 man coverage. They run mesh. Hey, you want when you get man coverage, you want mesh. But Kellen Moore is not that good of an OC. Why are you running mesh when you need 10 yards? That's pretty stupid. You need 10 yards and you're going to run mesh? I mean, that's an awful play call. That's an awful play call. Unless you saw something where, like, the rail route would be there. That's awful. Ew. Kellen Moore. We got a 4-man rush. Jeffrey Simmons is going to beat the fuck out. That's such a clean win. Jeffrey Simmons is just a different animal. Wow. Imagine a world where where Dave Gettleman gets mocked to shit, but he drafts Jeffrey Simmons and Dexter Lawrence in that draft, and everyone's like, "You drafted 2 defensive tackles at 6 and 17. This guy's an idiot." Could you just imagine a world where that happened? That would be the most mocked draft ever. Like, people would mock it and endlessly, and we would look back and be like, "This is sick. This is amazing." We didn't. We did not do that. All right, single high safety. Stack box. Got a little play action. Again, we are leaving that left short area of the field open. What coverage do we have on this? Cover 3. I don't know if that's a Roger McCreary problem or this defense problem. But so, okay, we blitz on this, right? We send Amani Hooker. We send the safety. And then we have a 5-man front. So we send 5 on this, even though we have Harold Landry dropping back. So that's our first, like, true 5-man blitz of the game. But we leave this uncovered when we send that, right? That's what you sacrifice when you blitz. And you give that up, right? And it seems like Kellen Moore loves to throw to the short sideline. Anything crazy with this rush up front? Nope, just simple. Edge gets into this gap, gives you the one-on-one with the safety in the back. Herbert's just good at throwing those throws too, right? Like, he's gonna make those throws. All right, 2nd and 2. We're almost through the first quarter. Too high for now. Light box. We're going to run the ball. How do we fill in the run with this light box, right? Fairly 4-yard run. So how are we going to fill versus this, right? We're Roger McCreary. We're going to have the end Rashad Weaver jump into the B. The nickel corner failed to see. Okay, so we're having a 93 move to the backside A, which means 50 needs to get downhill. 50 needs to be here. If this defensive tackle was supposed to do this, I think that's Andrews Pete, right? And if he's supposed to do that, he should be here. We should not be following this motion. That is not your responsibility. But Murphy Bunting does a good job playing that. Limits it. All right, for first down. Too high. Light box. Speed sweep. So we gave up some yards on this in the last game versus Rashid Shaheed. How do we defend it this game? Or do they just block worse? Arden Key works outside in. Yeah, I just think maybe we shouldn't be doing this with Mike Williams. Why is Mike Williams the one to do this? Because if this is not Mike Williams, we're at least getting some yards. Again, I'm starting to not worry about the Eagles' offense because Kellen Moore is the offensive coordinator. All right, motion. Too high. So a lot of times versus the motion, we see the safeties rotate towards the motion. Right? We've seen that a good amount of times. So we have this safety rotate. We're single high, stacked. Looks like we're in just cover one coverage. It looks like that, right? We're manned here. Manned here. Good release by Josh Palmer. Yeah, so this is cover one. And Herbert decides to just take a shot with Mike Williams. Why does Herbert throw this? Why doesn't he throw the corner on this? So this is a flood, high to low, 3 level. Surprise, Herbert. I guess Herbert's going for the kill, but this is here. There's really nothing that indicates that that's the throw unless you just want it, right? Like, oh, we're being aggressive. But even that throw to the corners, that's a big chunk play. And maybe they complete it if he doesn't trip. Mike Williams doesn't trip. No penalty, right? 4-man rush. Is this a stunt? Yes, it is. So it's it's a slower developing one, but it is a stunt. No penalty, right? All right, 3rd down and 7. Money down. What are we doing? So we are in a too high look. Is the box stacked? Do we consider this guy being here keeping the box stacked? I'm going to say on 3rd and 7, yes. Even though maybe next gen dots win it. We have this line, Shazier up in the A gap. We have this player out there. So we're throwing some type of confused look, right? It looks like we're in some type of man coverage, right? Man, man, man. We're going to drop this safety. We're going to rotate this safety down post snap. Yeah, so we are in man coverage. We are in cover 1. Right? We're in man coverage. See, Shazier's on the back. Jeez, that's a freaking throw by Herbert. So we're in cover 1 coverage. This is I think it's a 5-man rush, right? Or no, it's 4-man. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4-man rush. I believe it's a stunt. We'll see better from the other. But this is just a nice throw from Herbert. Good catch by Palmer, too. What do we have up front? We get some steps. Oh, yeah. So we're stunting. We got 96 working around. So on 11 pass plays, we've had a stunt only 3 times. I don't think this got the first down. Did it? Let me see the clock. Sorry. 14. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't a first down, and they punted. We are in the second quarter now, right? What's the chat saying? What's the chat saying? We shouldn't need to blitz as often with the insane talent we got on D-line, which allocates more guys in the coverage so that we don't get cooked underneath all the time because we keep getting cooked by offense predicated on the horizontal style like the Niners, the West Coast style, the LA Rams last season. Yeah, the Rams didn't really cook us. I mean, the Giants almost won that game. Mason Crosby makes a kick. I want the defense to utilize getting the QB and to just cover the escape lanes beyond the numbers. It's prone to yak. Yeah, I mean, this defense did give a little bit of yak, though. Yeah, I mean, if you have just Jimmys and Joes, like, you don't blitz, right? If you just have dogs up front and you have dogs on the back end, then you don't have to blitz. But with the Giants DBs, like, there is a benefit to blitzing. There's also a benefit to giving them more allocation on the back end without blitzing. Like, there's different ways to skin a cat, as the people would say. All right, too deep, too high. We rotate by or late. So we've got ourselves a light box. Looks like we're in cover 2 coverage. We are. It's a soft cover 2. And Herbert takes the profit. We've got a 4-man rush. No stunting. So we've only, like, there's been 12 passing plays. We've only sent more than 4 guys one time. So YTC Productions, you're getting your wish because we are not blitzing. And when we are, we make it somewhat obvious. All right, too high, light box, run the ball. How do we feel against this? We got the tight end as a fullback on some split zone. What was again? Part of this fun about this stream, I think, is going to be getting pissed off at offensive coordinators. What is this? Why are we motioning our wide receiver in for the split zone while also having our tight end in the back? Like, that's so stupid. What are we doing? Hey, if you want to motion the wide receiver in, sick. Guess what you can have your tight end do? Block a linebacker. It's just so stupid. Like, I don't know if they're trying to create a counter and have, like, you would say, like, I thought maybe, like, okay, maybe this is just a missed opportunity, right? But you look, his eyes are on the end. Number 7, like, he's not leading up to block through here. His eyes are on the end. And even it's so stupid that it fools Harold Landry, who's not a true stack linebacker, so he shouldn't be put in this spot. Because he's like, oh, they're all going that way. But this is just basic split zone. Good job by Andrews P. I believe that's who number 95 is in the end. That's so stupid. The Chargers are going to be, like, pretty good this year because now they have, like, great coaching. All right, QB sneak, too high. Should I even chart this? I'm not charting anything about this. I'll chart too high light. I guess that's the only thing you chart versus a run. What was the down? Third. Okay, so here another note. I'm gonna run out of space for notes. Light boxes on third and short. Now Jeff Simmons just dives and makes a stop. I don't think he got it. Yeah, 4th down and 1. He didn't get it. All right, so we're obviously single high stack on this. Looks like they're just setting up the sneak or some type of, or maybe they're trying to get in the jump off sides. So, like, like the little fake fullback dive. Dude, can we figure out the snap where Justin Herbert's ankle's not getting stomped on? So this is just all misdirection from the Chargers. And the end bites on it. But corner gets blocked. Linebacker is just not making that play. That's just a good call. Even though I don't like running tosses on these do or die downs because it's just such a great risk. Like you're betting on the defense making the mistake. Right? So if 23 just flies upfield and so does 96, you're screwed. But they're like 23 should be just ready to go play outside because you're just not going to have probably too much to do with this run fit. I think they call holding though on this. Might be a bad holding call. Or no, they call horse collar. Yeah, they call a horse collar. All right, first down at the 14. Too high again. We rotate the safeties to single high to the motion. So now that puts us in single high, stacked. So we are at 11 stack boxes and 10 light boxes. And they run the dang ball. Good job by Shazier. Better job by Jeffrey Simmons, who's just a monster. Beautiful. So here's something I was talking with. I can't remember who I was talking about this with. About we got to stack the box. Sometimes when you have these beast defensive tackles, it helps to run a light box to stop the run. Because what will happen is they're not trying to get outside the tackles and get out there with your DBs, and you're not, funneling everything outside. Like when they get the light box, they want to run between the tackles, and that's where like these defensive tackles can just make these monster plays, which is something to think about. All right, we go in empty. Too high. What do we have coverage wise? A little stick and nod here. That's a Kellen Moore special. What is our coverage here? What is this coverage? Sorry if sometimes I fast forward and is this red zone quarters? I think that's what this is. Yeah, I think that's what this is. Red zone quarters. So we're looking for the stick and nod. Safety does a good job of not biting on that. Herbert throws a little return route. And we rally and tackle. Good job. 4-man rush. Notice that the ends are, I guess they're wide on that one. All right, so now we hit third down, right? All right, third and goal. What is the score? 3-0 Chargers. Third and goal. We aren't too high, but I believe this is a stack box, right? No. Too high light, obviously. You don't need a stack box on third and goal from the 9. What do we got coverage wise? I think this is cover 2. Yeah, this is cover 2. Oh my God, what are we doing, safety? This Josh Palmer, I actually think is going to be pretty good now that he's like the only guy for the Chargers. Like this is watch this route. Watch this corner. That's kind of sick. I mean, it ends up in a touchdown too, so it's obviously pretty cool. That's just a nasty route. Do we only rush 3? Yeah, we only rush 3. We drop our defensive tackle back as like that little underneath. I don't know, man. Maybe bring some pressure down here. Maybe you don't need to drop Jeff Simmons in the coverage, right? I understand doing it every once in a while, but maybe not 3rd and goal at the 9 is the time to do it. I know that we know he's going to get it. It's like, he's going to get a double, right? And I guess that's somewhat part of it. It's like, okay, well, let's just create one-on-ones. He'll drop back in, and they'll have a double team for nobody, and we got 3-on-3. Did he pull that in? I think he did. I guess we'll see when it shows the score next. All right, they didn't pull it down. They're okay, so they're definitely not going for this, right? They're trying to get them to jump off sides. Oh my God, what is wrong with Brandon Staley? Oh my God, and they got bailed out by a penalty. So we're single high, stacked, even though that's not really part of this. We're going man across the board, right? Again, only rushing 3. So we get in a 5-man front, right? And we only rush 3. And this is man coverage with the two guys underneath and then the one deep. Oh my God. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm actually going to add 3-man rush as a thing since we've seen it twice. So Jeff Simmons destroys this center. I hate this penalty, right? Like, he's not going for his. So he's going to jump up for the ball, right? And Herbert literally moves into his hand, gets a penalty thrown, and then Keenan Allen just bitches 23. Avery, if you're on my team, I hate you. Not in a personal way, but as like you are giving up. You're the reason we're losing this game type of way. Maybe they called offensive pass interference. Don't jump, Jeff. Finish. They're going to call offensive pass interference or defensive on that? Defensive? But why is it first down? I'm so fucking confused. What is going on here? So now we get in a cover 0 look. Oh my God, dude. This game is pissing me off. So they did a tackle eligible play. See how there's an offensive lineman? See, there's a big boy out here, and I know this has nothing to do with Shane Bowen's defense. I'm not charting shit here. See, there's an offensive lineman out here. Dumbass. I'm pissed off at Shane Bowen for this. You got to figure out who's eligible and cover them. He's wide open. Like, I know it's like a trick play and stuff. We've seen way too many tackle touchdowns over the years to not pay attention to who is eligible. When you see an offensive lineman line up wide, make sure you listen. This shit drives me nuts. And it goes back to that Lions-Cowboys game. And I know I'm getting into these fucking random rants as we go through this Shane Bowen film. Is this shit happens way too much for you to be lulled to sleep on the who's eligible. I know it, right? Like when Andrew Thomas scored the touchdown in Tampa Bay, I was at the stadium so I can hear them say number 78 is eligible. And immediately in my head, I'm like, oh my God. They usually say Matt Parrott's eligible. 78's eligible means they're trying to trick them to think that Matt Parrott's eligible, and they're going to throw a touchdown to Andrew Thomas, and they did it, right? So if me all the way up in the 300s can say, oh, here it is. Here comes the trick play. Look like a freaking genius to all the people around me. And when in reality, I'm just paying attention. So defenses, when you get down in the between 5-yard line and they bring out 6 offensive linemen on, pay attention to what number is fucking eligible. Shit drives me insane. Now, I love offensive lineman touchdowns, so maybe don't. But when it's my defense, can we pay attention to this shit? Because it's stupid. It's oh my God. We got to get a little bit of a better celebration. Maybe they did have one. Okay. Here we go. I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. Where are we at in this game? Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Yeah, Herbert is nuts. Stressless music. At Bobby, do you feel comfortable with our current D-line room for this defense? Is Calais again, if the Giants are going to spend some money free agency, I want it to be on Adoree Jackson. I don't know if Xavier Howard is good anymore, but like a corner. Or Connor Williams, the center / guard from Miami, or Dalton Risner. Like, if we're going to spend something on more than a minimum contract, I would like it to be either guard or corner. All right, what do we got here? So this is technically too high, even though we're rotating. So I'm going to call this single high, though, but it's going to be a light box. Because we rotate late versus the run. Hey, and that does kind of screw us here, too. Right? Because the safety Byard, let me move this, feels late. All right, we cut off of this. This is a good run design here by the Chargers, too. Because we have our safety fill late, right? And Keenan Allen does a good job of like acting as if he's going to block this, which stops the defensive end from squeezing down this block and just gives you a nice gap. Slater and Zion Johnson do a great job on this combo. And then Keenan Allen gets a piece of Byard. Could be a better block by Keenan Allen, but that's just a good run design right there. All right, too high, light box. We're running it again. Are they just going to start taking the runs versus the light box? Running counter. So I guess how do we? Here's something we could take note of. How do we feel from a light box versus counter? We're having our end Rashad Weaver. He shows as if like he's going to spill. He ends up levering. So we put counter and levers. What down is it? 2nd and 7. Too high. Too high versus empty. Are you running 2-man here? No, we're just running straight cover 2. Your regular old cover 2. Now we're getting. So this player right here kind of takes it under his own. I think he thinks they're getting a screen, so he just goes to this, which is dangerous because you leave this open. Now let's watch what happens here. We rush. So it's cover 2. Let me just chart this real quick. Cover 2, rush 4, and we stunt. What's Herbert doing? Oh, how did we get to this? How did we get to this? Okay, so what do we got here? I mean, they're just running 9-8-9. All right, the 9's on the outside. This is a funky release by Keenan Allen, too. But he's outside releasing. I mean, and Murphy Bunting's like trying to play the 2-man game, but we've got to play this. I mean, if you get this type of time. Now, I do think Murphy Bunting at this point has to see. Like, at this point, we got to try and figure out, like, okay, we don't have the safety over the top because of this route. And we just give up that sideline, right? That's a weakness. But again, we give him a lot of time, and Herbert does a good job manipulating the pocket, right? And buying himself time. But that's like a wobbly ball, too. You just gave him a lot of time to get there. right? It's kind of hard to blame Murphy Bunting on that, even though you do like to see him maybe just try and carry that vertical when it's there. But that's a big play. All right, first down, too high. Too high, but this is a... Are we counting Keenan Allen part of the formation? I guess, yeah. Let's call this too high light box. All right, this fake toss. What is the coverage on this? So I believe this is cover 2. Not exactly sure, but the way we have this corner playing the flat and Hooker immediately bailing, and the fact that they're booting, and so okay, we're gonna carry this. We're gonna call that cover 2. Good job on it by the safety, right? By Elijah Molden. I don't know what I've been calling him. Good job by Kevin Byard, like seeing the boot, and hey, let's pick this up. Now you got it doubled. What do we do on the rush? I think we only rushed 4. And Herbert throws it away. All right, 2nd and 10. Where am I going to have to go to over 2 hours here? Oh, my God. Too high light. They take the run. They wipe this, right, on the zone. Good job by 50. Right, like he's got to play this first, right? He can't just chase the back. But good job. Like, okay, he's not working here. Let's go. Good job. Good job by Shazier, feeling pretty well. All right, 3rd and 7. What do we got here? Let's see some magic. We are in single high. We are in a bit of, not a cover 0 look, but something of the sort, where we are we're just manned up across. Bam, 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 bam. We have the single high safety, but we have 5 down versus 5 versus empty. And we are just straight man coverage. Right? So we're just straight man coverage. Cover 1. Hey, 23. We made a good play on Quentin Johnson. How about that? We just win. Versus Verts. Herbert takes the matchup he wants, which is going at number 23. Let's see what this rush is. So is this a delayed blitz right here? So I'm going to count that as 5, right? Like that's clearly a delayed blitz just to try and get Herbert's eyes off the middle of the field if they had any inbreakers. But let's say they set this protection where they're going to do a half slide to Simmons, right? And then you one-on-one here. Like that would work. So I am going to count that as a blitz, which is our second 5+ rush. But again, even then, it's not like a true blue blitz. All right, are we in the second half? Okay, we've made it to the second half, people. Let me talk to the chat. Tuto, what's going on? Massive salutes to Bobby and all Giants fans across the pond. Greetings from our entire Italian national rugby team currently training in Edinburgh, Scotland. So, Tuto, and we talked about this on the podcast. A little worried that Allen Robinson is wearing number 15. They just claimed Nathan Rourke, right? The quarterback from the Patriots. They signed the undrafted free agents. Gave most of them a pretty good signing bonus, except for the Rutgers kicker and then Isaiah Asante, who's a local guy. So they could just be like, okay, we're not bringing you 2 in. A little worried that they just view Nathan Rourke as an upgrade over DeViets. And DeViets is out, right? Because you're like, yeah, in the offseason, you get the same number as someone else. It's usually not on the same side of the ball, though. Makes you think. Makes you think. Because two people who we view as New York Giants will be cut tomorrow, whether it's roster players or two of the UDFAs. And I think all the UDFAs like have been technically signed, even though it may not, or at least agreed to signing bonuses. So I don't know. I should check Twitter. All right, so we're second half, too deep. What do we got for this coverage here? Looks like another cover two. Is it? Yeah, this is cover two. You can tell by the way the middle linebacker's playing this middle of the field. Herbert takes advantage of that. Right. We got the stick right here. Right. That's where Herbert's looking first. It's just not there. So he gets to the backside. It's just like kind of a mirror concept with the slant on the backside. Or a little sit route. Pulls it. Quick little gain. I guess it's first down. What do we do with the rush here? We rush 4. No stunts. Basic defense. Why did I sucker punch some guy in South Dakota, George V? Because that's what I do. Subway Rat. Which player benefits the most from this new scheme this year? Like Dex has moved the defense tackle, unlocking overpower potential. Nose tackle, you mean? Probably Kayvon, because he's going to get the freestyle a little bit. Brian Burns was allowed the freestyle in Carolina already, so it's kind of similar for him. All right, too high. Light box. And Herbert, little RPO, whatever. Dude, we got a tackle. Now, the DBs have been pretty good at tackling, except for number 23. Is this number 23? What do we got here? No, it's Kevin Byard and Harold Landry. Harold Landry should not be like just playing stack linebacker. Put him out on the fucking edge. All right, first down, too high. Light box. Hand it off. All right, so they're just starting the Chargers in this game are starting to just say, hey, you know what? If they're going to give us light boxes, we're going to hand the ball off. We're just going to run inside zone and just be simple. We're going to just take the gains. And they've been getting them pretty consistently, right? Like we haven't seen a stop at the line of scrimmage since, the first quarter. Like they've been getting these 3, 4, 5, 6-yard gains. So let me put that as a note. Chargers taking profits. They're doing that in the passing game too. All right. Yeah, 4-yard gain. All right, second down. Too high, light. They hand it off again. All right, they're just going to start taking gains. Yeah. Get this dude. Who is that? Is that Gerald Everett? What is he doing? And this is a good job by Pete versus Ion Johnson. Good job by 96. Autry filmed. Oh my God. Boom. That's a rib crushing hit. Bam. All right. So I asked for a stop. Did a good job. Good job by Jeffrey Simmons. Yeah, that is Gerald Everett did. Maybe try blocking. Maybe block, at least block the right guy. All right, 3rd and 6. What do we got? We are in single high. We've got everyone down on the line. What are we saying? Are we going to blitz? No, we're going to drop them out, and we're going to play cover 2, I bet. I bet that is exactly what happens. Right? You have Shazier carrying the middle of the field. These guys playing the 2 deep halves. These guys playing the flats. So we drop guys out. And we get a sack. How about that? So cover 2 has been the coverage here, right? We ran cover 2 9 times. The second most is cover 1 at 5 times. So how do we get this sack? So we rush 4, right? We rush 4. So that's 1. Is this a stunt? Or is this just some freestyling from these guys? From Arden Key just trying to work inside? God, Jeff Simmons is just nasty, dude. He's so good. He's just a game wrecker. He's a fucking beast. All right, 1st and 10. We are in a too high look. Versus empty. What coverages are running? Looks like cover. Looks like quarters, maybe. They run this just out with the vertical. Taking advantage of this soft area of the field right here, which they've done kind of consistently. What is this coverage, though? I think this is... I mean, we're carrying the vertical down here. We're carrying the vertical up here, but we're obviously playing the ball. We have here. Yeah, this is cover 4. But yeah, I mean that's the area of the field when you run cover 4 that you leave open. Four-man rush. All right, 2nd and 1. Let's rotate. Let's stack the box. How about we let's come on, rotate them down. Rotate them down. Stack the box. Thank you very much. Even though it's why I come to get a little shallower. Up, and they know, right? Then this is the fun thing of football, right? Me as like being on the defensive side, I'm like, let's stop the run on this short yardage shit, right? And the Chargers are like, hey, they're probably going to try and stop the run because we've been running it. We're going to play action off that shit, right? So we're going to blitz. We end up blitzing on this, but we're trying to stop the run. And we're going to work double moves on the outside. And the ball gets thrown out of bounds. How about that? Okay, so we send ourselves a real blitz. It's probably just try and stop the run on this. Like these are very much like that's run defense right there by 96. That's run defense right there by Jeff Simmons. I mean, these guys are trying to stop the run. They call holding on this. I'm kind of mad if they did call holding on this, which I think they did because I wanted to see what would happen on 3rd and 1. Instead, we're going to get 2nd and 11. All right, what do we got here? Too high. Well, it might be stacked, though, because we have 1, 2, 3. We have 5. Yeah, this is light. So too high. Light box. What do we have coverage-wise? Oh, I saw that shit coming open. This is cover 3. You just have McCreary from the nickel playing this deep third. And then you have the outside corner replacing it. And we sent 4. Okay, so here's a replacement blitz, right? So write down the coverage. Replacement blitz, right? So we're sending the middle linebacker. We're dropping the end. Hey, when we send our blitzes, what is something we noticed from the Saints scheme? Middle of the field can be vulnerable. Right? He wants to cover the sidelines. And that is exactly, I mean, we leave ourselves very vulnerable in the middle of the field. I mean, I like Kevin Byard getting downhill and trying to make a play on it, but you did leave the middle of the field vulnerable to Mike Williams. All right, too high. Light box. Running the ball again. What was the down, actually? Too high light. What did they get? Oh, okay, they got the yardage. So too high light. Running the ball. He's like weird pitch cutback shit. Shazier does a good job getting downhill on this. And just Pete does a good job with his block. And that's just good team run defense. Everyone doing their job. Taking on blocks. I mean, Titans just have good like two-way players up front. Right? They may not be the best pass rushers. But this is where the whole like Titans run defense is really good. Brian Burns and Kayvon aren't great run defenders. They're both okay. They can work as like, tackle for loss guys. But like just the strength that these Titans front plays with is a little worrisome. All right, too high. Light. We're rotating this safety down into cover 3. And they get the seams. I mean, that's the weakness of cover 3. Rotate down. So we rotate. I mean, it's just pretty easy. If you're not in cover 3 match, if this was like this man match stuff, right? It's like it's cover 3. Nick Saban. I mean, I'm not telling. It's like Nick Saban and Bill Belichick like created this on the Browns, right? So cover 3, you have the seams left open, right? Because you got this, right? It leaves the seams open, and that's what Herbert hits. What Saban and Belichick created is, well, let's just pretend that this guy is not rotating down and he's just down. Let's just say he's covering right here, right? Let's just say this player is right here. His responsibility is the flats. But what they would do is to protect themselves against the seams is if the slot receiver was vertical, you would work vertically with him with outside leverage. And if he kept going vertical, you keep going vertical with it. If he breaks out, you turn on the man coverage and undercover. If he breaks in, then you're passing it off to these linebackers right here. But you don't do that. They hit the seams. What's the rush look like on this? 4-man rush. Jeffrey Simmons just continues to bend this Chargers O-line over. This game is this level of play from Jeffrey Simmons in this game is better than Dexter Lawrence. Like, that's how good Jeffrey Simmons is. Like, I think Dex is viewed as a better defensive tackle now. Obviously, earlier career with Jeffrey Simmons. But, like, this individual game is, like, better than, like, I guess the Dex Lawrence Jets game is, like, comparable. But it's just nuts. All right, too high. Light box. Play action. Cover 4. Yeah, so this play, Shazier biting on the run on this just leaves this open. Right? Because he should just be right here. That's where he's supposed to be. But here's the thing is if he doesn't bite on that versus the cover 4, well, guess what? This area is open. You throw the ball to the back. He runs. Gives us a big play. All right? That's the weaknesses of these just basic coverages, right? Like everyone runs these coverages, but when you just run them basic with a 4-man rush, like no one swapping responsibilities. They just are. I mean, the guys are able to pick them apart. That's why it's hard to get into like too much of the preseason stuff for quarterbacks. Even though you can get excited, right? And it's hard to not sometimes. It's like, man, they're just seeing the basic coverages, right? So they just kind of know where guys are going to be. But good play action that pulled up Shazier. Who missed that tackle? Was that 23? Was that Avery? Nah, it's our boy McCreary. Damn, come on now. I guess Everett's good for something. Breaking tackles. All right. Light box. Too high. Hand the ball off. We went heavy on the light boxes, no pun intended. Okay, so again, they're running counter. We have our ends levering, right? But I like the way Arden Keith slides inside on it. Great play by Shazier right here. Watch Shazier get through all this traffic. That's a great job. Jeffrey Simmons does a good job. Who starts this, though? That's just a great job by Shazier. Arden Key, lever, slide inside. Shazier just does a great job clearing traffic on this and making a play. All right, first down, though. I guess they got the yardage needed. Too high light. Again, are they going to just hand it off? Nope. Oh, they bit. The Titans bit. Son of a bitch. So Herbert's thrown this, 2 or 3 times in this game, right? And they fucking hesitated them on it. They hesitate on it. Like, we're gonna take away these little free throws that you're taking, and we're gonna show that Keenan Allen's blocking. That's good gamesmanship right there from the quarterback. It's hard to be too mad at that. That's good offensive coaching right there. I shit on the Chargers a lot early in the game, but that's good offensive coaching. Or Herbert. Maybe that's Herbert on the sideline. Be like, hey, they're starting to bite on this stuff. We get a 4-man rush on this. Don't really know the coverage because it's, they're playing it like it's a screen. That's a good job. What's the score? All right, so we're in the fourth quarter. Titans are down by 4 with 12 minutes left. Check on the chat. Tuto, Bobby, hope you get your Peacock streams July. I have every stream, by the way, right now. Like, I just got Paramount Plus now too, and I'm paying for. Like, I must spend like $300 in like just watching subscription stuff because I just keep buying every single one like one at a time to watch like certain things and don't cancel them. But Italy versus Japan, witness DO line destroy in action, keep Tokyo hospitals busy all day. All right, man, get them. I think the personnel on the Titans is very different than ours. I'm anxious to see the difference in adjustments for Bowen. Yeah, I'm excited to like have all this database and then get to see what the adjustments are, and then you'll be able to hear like, okay, this is why. Where last defensive coordinators like Patrick Graham and Wink Martin, I went and watched some film, but it was kind of here and there. I wasn't charting stuff, so I'm excited to do this. All right, stressless magic. Should we be less concerned with the light box run defense going from rookie Jack Gibbons to Bobby O has to make the light boxes less of an issue for Bowen? But it's like me, like we were talking about. Their front four is just better run defenders than the Giants' front four. All right. And we haven't seen McFadden succeed in a light box defense, right? He's done great in a stack box, downhill type of defense, but when he's got to do a little more reading, how good is he going to be? Like, that's one of my biggest questions for this defense. All right, single high. I'm not calling this a stack box because of where Byard. Like, that's not a stack. I guess they're in empty, so I'm not counting it. So it's just single high. Never mind. We blitz. How about or did we blitz? We are in cover 1. Chargers run 9-8-9 like they're just the best receiver group in the NFL, and they're gonna just pick on 23. Herbert misses the throw. Gonna pick on Avery. Let's see what the rush is doing up front. Yeah, they only rush 4. Is this a stunt right here? Yeah, this is a stunt. Very slow stunt. Not a good job by Pete on this. Didn't sell it very well, but it is a stunt 4-man rush. So we're not stunting in this game as much as we did versus the Chargers. Or the Saints, excuse me. Herbert just misses this throw. You know, these quarterbacks, like even the great ones, miss these throws more than you would think because you just watch the highlights. You don't watch them like you watch your own team. So when the Giants miss on these, it's like, how the hell did you miss on this deep throw, Daniel Jones or Tyler Taylor? But in reality, it's just that, like, hey, the misses happen. The issue is the Giants don't throw them very often. So every miss opportunity for a deep play feels horrible. And that's why you should be trying to create more explosives. All right, too high. I mean, this is a stacked box despite the fact that we are in a too high coverage. Chargers picked up on this short motion shit early, right? Titans broke this out week 1 versus the Chargers, and Chargers doing a little copy from it. Expecting some like inbreaker through the middle of the field, and that's Herbert didn't pull it. So they do this short motion into the smash concept. What coverage is this? I mean, this is cover 2. Like, Herbert could pull the trigger on this, or like throw this if this corner plays off, right? So people are saying Justin Herbert is afraid. The backside, we've got, I guess, like a drive concept, even though this 5 is sitting. Checks it down to the back. Not a bad tackle. What do we got for the rush? 4-man it, no stunt. Lots of time. Yeah, you didn't think they blitzed a lot versus the Saints game. This game, the rate is even lower. All right, what do we got? So we're kind of in too high, even though we're rotating down. This is a too high look. I don't care what anybody says. But this is a stacked box because you have this safety. It's like kind of manned up here. So it's a stacked box despite the fact that it is a too high look. And they run it against it with that A gap wide ass open. Do they get it? Do these 3 techs squeeze it? Let's see. What down is it? Let me see this first. What down is it? Because they're lining up like it's 3rd and 8. It's 3rd and 3. Again, okay. 3rd and 3. We are treating it like they're just going to pass it no matter what. And we get a stop. Let's see how it happened. Okay. So we get the backside through to squeeze it really well. You get Simmons one-on-one. You get Byard filling downhill. Hey, that's a Simmons, and so Byard rotating down late, like kind of late, right? Because this is, you get this on 3rd and 3, and you kind of have to hand it off, and it's almost like they're baiting them into it, and Byard's just going to get downhill. But even then, like, did they get the stop? Are we sure we got the stop? Did Brandon Staley go for a 4th down? No, I think he punted. Did this game go to overtime or something? Why do I still have 13 minutes left to film? All right, single high. Or nope, too high, sorry. Were they running counter? Yep. Shazier is playing this like patiently. You have to play this if you're Shazier. Avery gets punked by Jamar Salyer. I don't blame for that. Kevin Byard makes a tackle. So what are we at? Well, how much gain was that? Yeah, 4-yard gain. That's what they're looking for. Too high. Nope. We rotate. We rotate late. Watch the safety. We're getting down late, right? We're trying to bait them into these runs, right? I guarantee you, he's going to jump into the B gap. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. If it doesn't happen, I don't know ball. Bam! The kid knows fucking ball. So now we're trying to bait these little motherfuckers into the run. Excuse my language, but I like when I identify shit. We all love to identify, feel like we know some ball, right? So you see this going down, and it's automatic. We are jumping into this gap, right? Now we got an easy fill. We're going to have 93. Jump into this gap. We're going to have Al Shazier fill up in here quickly. Bing, bang, boom. We're going to fill. This center sucks ass. Corey Linsley, washed. How about that? How about that? We baited Kellen Moore's ass into the run. It worked. And we are screaming. Big boy. There we go. 3rd down and 8. All right, let's bring some pressure. I don't think, sitting back on 3rd and 8's been working all too well. We line up in too high. We line up in a basic structure. Okay. Thank you. I feel it. Now, it seems like it might come back to bite me, but we are blitzing. We are sending 5. So this is like a fire zone. So 5+. So we send. Okay, so here, let's look at giveaways, right? This safety being lined up basically directly over at the Mendoza line. I guess he's a little deeper off, but he's 8 yards behind the corner. He should probably be lined up right here if that's what they're looking for. Give away the blitz, right? We also send this safety that's lined up here. We drop back Harold Landry. Oh, but it came back to bite us. I called for it and it didn't work, right? I'm that guy on Twitter who's like, we need to start blitzing and sending pressure on 3rd down. We're playing too soft. And then they blitz and we're like, what the hell was that blitz? That's our first fire zone, though. You got to cover the flats. When you're sending the pressure, you got to have something in the flats. And now Gerald Everett's like, I heard Bobby Skinner was talking shit about my blocking. Talk shit about that. I'm getting loopy at the end of this. That's what happens when you stream for like 2 hours and just talking to yourself. All right, too high light. They're going to take the game. They're going to take the run. But hey, look. Are we going to send some type of nickel blitz here? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Now they're handing it off. So we're not charting that as like a blitz. But that is a nickel blitz. And what do you know? It's Jeffrey Simmons being a beast. It's Danico Autry squeezing down this guy, even though it looks so ugly. Donald Parham, learn how to block, buddy. Who was 88? That man should not be playing tight end. He is that's not Trey McKitty, is it? Don't tell me old once blocking ass Trey McKitty is just doing that. 2nd and 7. They use that Mike McDaniel short motion. We are in a single high. Yeah, this is single high. This is stacked. Just cover 1 coverage. So your basic man coverage. Do we blitz on this? That's good defense right there. They're going to be crying, oh, holding, pass interference. No, that's good defense by Sean Murphy-Bunting. If anything, that's a push off by Mike Williams. What did we send pressure? No, we did stunt though. Linsley, we want to talk about holding. How about this? All right, so 3rd down. Honestly, Herbert, I would have thrown this little Monday morning quarterbacking. All right, 3rd down and 7. We are down by 4. We need our team to get the ball back. And there's still 9 minutes left in this film. This doesn't make any sense. Too high. Did they go to overtime? This must have went to overtime. Too high coverage. Light box. I mean, are we just in cover 3 here? I think we're just in. Yeah, we're just in cover 3. All right, so he's playing this area right here. Okay, I mean, pretty basic coverage, but it worked. Let's see it from this angle because I couldn't see exactly what happened. Actually, let me go back to the other angle. Let me start tripping. So what happened here? Okay, so it's this all curls, right? Which can be useful on these third and longs. It's not useful versus this. Look, it's useful when they mug up the A gap with the linebackers. It's just not useful when these guys are playing off like this is. Herbert tries to force, almost throws an interception. Again, wide alignment. We've seen that. Didn't see that as much this game, but we get it here. I mean, this 44, dude, pick this ball off. This should be an interception. And they are punting. And I like Herbert trying to kind of look it off, look 24 off, but that's all right. 2 minutes left, and I have almost 10 minutes left of film. All right, trying to fake him on this screen, throw the slant back side. I'm not exactly sure what this coverage is. Not going to try and chart it. And that's Avery getting bitched again by Mike Williams on a slant. Just taking his lunch money. Single high. Empty. Dude, Titans fans must hate Avery. All right. Wait, what was the rush on that? We saw a lot of this in the Saints game, the lining all the three guys to one side. 4-man rush. All right. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. Single high. Where's empty? Or not empty. Do we have 10 guys on the field? Oh my God. Here we go. Here's something. Here's a note for the kid. 10 men on the field. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 guys in the backfield. 7, 8, 9, 10. Right before the 2-minute warning, you get 10 guys on the field. Are we counting? Yep. Look, Kevin Byard, a good guy, is counting. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm need to stop cussing so much. Thank God we're in man coverage. Unfortunately, we're in man coverage with Avery covering somebody. That's not good, dude. That drives me nuts. Maybe it just happens to everybody, but 4-man rush. Oh, what do you know? Avery gave up a catch. Avery's like a meme in these streams at this point. Oh, he couldn't tackle all that good. 10 guys on the field. How about that? Fire Shane Bowen. All right, 2-minute drill. Okay, so our offense took the lead, so we are going to overtime. That is why this is taking forever. All right, too high. Do we have? Let's make sure we have 11 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we have 10 guys. How about that? Too high. Man, this game had a lot of plays. 39, 44, 49, 54. We're at 57 plays right now. Too high light. I think we're in cover 3. Yeah, we're in cover 3. They run this stick with the back. Yeah, that's just something that gets left open versus that. What do we got for the rush? Rushing 4. I mean, man, they've been 6 blitzes so far in this game. And 2 of those were 4-man rushes, replacement blitzes. All right. First down. Single high. Stacked. All right, here we go. Shane Bowen said, fuck this. I am blitzing. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of this country-ass town. I think we're offsides here, right? I mean, this is actually a 0. Actually, no, it's not because of the back. Because they're just playing into the back. Switch blitz, and you're offside. He finally brings the blitz. like a come after you blitz, right? This is so good too. This is a nice blitz to confuse this back. And we're offsides. That's who was that that's offside? That Arden Key? Dude, get onside. That was 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 10. Too high. Light box. Are we just going to start blitzing now? What is this coverage? Hold on. We end up throwing the slant to Keenan Allen here. But what's this? Is it just man coverage? It's not even a blitz. So this is that cover 2 man, which, again, we talked about. With this only the second time we run at this game, but it leaves the middle of the field open. Right? And Elijah Molden is playing this really soft, just giving it to him. I understand that you have him, possibly coming down as a robber. Maybe Bayard needs to get downhill faster on this, right? Get a little more aggressive, but you just give it to him. But at the end of the day, it's Keenan Allen who just cooks Roger McCreary on this release, on this, I guess, this little trail concept. We only rush 4. We stunt. So they're going to kick a field goal here in any minute. 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Single high. Stacked. All right, we're blitzing. So here's what I don't know about this, right? Because we've done this twice in the last 3 plays. So see how they're sending both these guys, but you have this player deep. I wonder is he responsible for the back, or are these guys like working as if the back leaks out that they take that on? But if I'm the Chargers and I've seen this twice now, like I'm on the sideline saying, "Hey, back, block and release, show block and release," because they're just sending it. Right? Like, so if you have like the back play aggressive on this, right? If you have the back play aggressive on this, right? Like he's going to block, and then you just have him leak it out, check that. I mean, that's a lot of yak right there. But they do blitz. So like this is technically cover 1, but it could be cover 0. But we're starting to blitz as this game goes along. I guess in the 2-minute drill. Right? Like I would have this back. If the back just goes up or out, right? I would assume that Shazier's going to take him. What I would have him work across the formation, right? Because that looks as if you're going to block, right? Work for here and just slip out, and that's so much yak. Like you could score. Anyways, good coverage by Bayard and Donald Parham. All right, 2nd and 10, 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Too high. Stacked, though, because the safety is lining up over the receiver, even though we're in a too high look. We're rushing 4. We are playing cover 2. And it's an inverted cover 2 where the nickel corner is replacing this safety and Kevin Bayard. And Kevin Bayard's playing the middle of the field, even though this guy usually would be playing the middle of the field. So he's backing off, and you usually would have like someone like you see where these guys' depth are. This is where the depth of this player usually would be. And it's not. So, I mean, you just get a nice, easy gain here. I get you're trying to stop the end zone at this point, so that makes sense, but maybe you're just resigned to the fact that you're kicking a field goal. 4-man rush. Yeah, that must be it. It's like they don't want this, right? They don't want to hit this post. So I guess that makes sense. All right, 1st and 10, too high light. We are in 2-man. I know he's not like technically in 2-man, like he'd come down and play this, but like he called this robber, but robber's getting a little downhill faster. Avery just doesn't want to get beat over the top is what it is. All right. They're going for the win here, right? Okay, so we have the single high safety stack box, right? So let's just get that out of the way. They've been sending this blitz and leaving this guy deep, right? And not really covering the back. They've been keeping the back in for the blitz. What happens here? Or are they going to drop guys back? So see, look. What is Herbert doing here? So Herbert throws the alert on this. Or I guess this is the hot on this. I guess this is the hot. But if I was a Charger, I'd be so pissed off right now. Because look, the back. Look at the back. There's no one covering the back. So I know I have the benefit of watching this and slowing it down. But how are we not seeing that these blitzes that they're I should be happy because this is Shane Bowen's defense, but why are we not throwing this? Is it that we just have so much faith going up against Avery? But that's crazy, dude. But hey, I got to put that as a note. Back, left, unblocked, on cover 1, 6-man, blitz. That's crazy shit right there. All right, we're almost done, guys. I guess I've been going a little fast. All right, 3rd and 2. What are we doing here? So we're in too high in the red zone. 2-minute drill obviously makes sense. I'm not going to hold that like I was before. All right, so we're in cover 2 coverage. Let me chart that. What are the Chargers running? Ooh, that's a nice route by Keenan Allen from the short motion. That's a nice transition, but they have the safety, so we're not going to pull the trigger on that. This is all well covered, right? This is just all really well covered. Great job on the safeties, right? One, Kevin Byard just picking up Mike Williams. On this 44, seeing that Keenan Allen is transitioning and taking this away. Because this is a lot of safeties, right, are getting lost on this. They're seeing this guy work out here. And you see, that's where Herbert wants to go, and he passed the pump. And he takes the sack. Hell yeah. Okay. How does this? That's great coverage. Oh, we drop back Jeff Simmons. Don't like that. Don't love that, but it works here. So we're going to say that we do like it. We run a stunt. And Harold Landry takes it for the sack. And we're going to overtime. We're going to overtime. All right, so we got about like 4 more plays. I guess this is not going to go 2 hours. We got to start at 5:30, right? Single high, stacked. This is still more play. I've been going kind of quick towards the end. Single high, stacked. What is this coverage? Is this cover 3 or man coverage? Which is sometimes hard to tell because cover 3 sometimes looks like man coverage, right? The thing is, we're like, oh, well, look, the nickel corner chases the vertical, but that is what the cover 3 matches. I'm going to say it's cover 1 because of how fast this safety is willing to get downhill, right? If it was cover 3, I don't think he's getting downhill. Herbert throws the slot fade versus man. Does he get it? Oh my God! Who is this at corner? Oh, that's Murphy Bunting. I like Murphy Bunting, right? They run the hitch slot fade. He sees it, right? He knows they're not throwing the hitch. He goes and tries to make a play on this. That's good ball. What do we got with the rush? 4-man rush, no stunt. Oh, look, it's Jeffrey Simmons dominating someone. How about that? That's shocking. That's shocking. Jeffrey Simmons is dominating. Woo! That's a great play. That's a great play right there. I love that. That's smart ball. I love corners who play with instincts and shit like that. All right, single high. Stacked. What's the coverage here while I chart this? This is, I'm pretty sure, I don't know what this is actually. What is this? Is this just man coverage? But it's, oh, you know what it is? It is man coverage. Murphy Bunting, who I just praised, just kind of got lost in it. Maybe versus the switch release, they were supposed to switch their coverage. So this is man coverage. You just got lost in it. What's Herbert's read on this? So you can't throw here. And the drive gets picked up by the linebacker. What do we got for the rush on this? 4-man rush, no stunt. But even 4-man rush, or it's just Jeffrey Simmons tired? I think Jeffrey Simmons is just tired. I don't think he's actually dropping back in the coverage. All right, I think we got one more play. Because the Titans won this game, I'm pretty sure. 3rd and 10. All right, let's end the game. Let's get our offense the ball back. They are rushing into this play, right? We don't even get the snap, right? So we're too high. What the fuck is going on? Too high light? Like what? What is going on here? I mean, this is that cover 3 that we saw before where the curl hook's playing deep. Dude, what is this? Or is this man coverage? I don't even know. I'm not even going to chart that. This is just a broken play. What are the Chargers doing here? Do they think they got someone to jump off sides or something? Because that's the game right there. That's how the game ended. Or that not how the game ended. That's how they gave the Titans back the ball to go win the game in overtime. Woo! That was some film right there. That was a lot of talking for the kid. A lot of talking. A lot of talking. All right, let me check on the chat and then we'll get out of here. I mean, we're almost at 2 hours. Okay. What's going on? Mike, solid free agency and draft. Now let's hurry up and get the season over so we can win next all. Oh God. That's such a horrible feeling. The Titans ran the most creeper blitzes in the NFL last season. Rendition the Can you tweet that stat at me? Because I don't know where to find that. And I'd be shocked if they ran the most more fire zones than Wink. I mean, Wink lived out of those fire zones. But even sometimes those players are like one of my favorite. Sometimes like teams are like, oh, we lead the league in this, and even then it's only like a few times. Like I love when the Giants hired Brian Dable. It's like, oh, the Giants ran 0-10 personnel the last 3 years. Brian Dable and the Bills led the league, but it's like 80 plays in 3 years. I don't think we ran a single play of 10 personnel, by the way. And 10 personnel, 11 personnel with Evan Ingram is like 10 personnel. Unpopular opinion sports. Herbert or the coaching staff, either or both. It's a reason why they picked higher than Giants. Yeah, kind of crazy to think about. Very true, Eddie Gumbia. Thanks for doing this. Thank you guys. Hey, thank you guys for watching while I do it, because I know this isn't like the biggest like eye-getting live stream, right? And I could just do this on my own and stuff, but I like this. I can just find some clips, and maybe I will find some. Man, I should probably timestamp some of this shit so I could put together some clips. But that just makes it so long. That's the hard part about doing a live stream is you don't be able to clip it and make socials. And this is the time of year where you're looking for some social content to do. So, but you know what? Got 15 more games of film to go through. Motherfuckers. All right. See you guys. Enjoy your evenings. Mailbag pod out tomorrow. Tell your friends. Let's go Big Blue.